conferences first. The one that jumps out to me, let's start in the AFC. For our radio audience, Bills 11.5, Dolphins 8.5, Jets 5.5. The Patriots at 7.5 to me feels like an over. Massive upgrade on coaching staff. Also, they were 3-6 in one-score games with a rookie quarterback. So there's going to be an ascension. They're going to be a better one-score game team. They spent almost $200 million in free agency. I would bet the over on the Patriots.
So, okay, now he switches now to another division. But when I look at something like this, it really highlights the Bills' not only dominance, but then the frustration that they haven't been able to truly take advantage of such a weak division. And this is something that I've been talking a lot about with all these various great teams. And, that pretty much all these great teams always get the benefit from having a bad division, especially most recently the Patriots during their dynasty, obviously, run with Tom Brady, as well as the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. And I think, like Nick said, they're the Chiefs within the division since Patrick Mahomes, they're like 35-5 or whatever it was just like an outrageous margin. And that's what happens when you're playing teams that have no coaching staff, no quarterback, revolving door of quarterbacks and coaching staffs, etc., etc. And the Bills have had such an advantage, right? Tom Brady's gone. Bill Belichick didn't do too great of a job. Then they hire a coach who's never coached before. Such a major advantage for the Buffalo Bills. The Dolphins have had endless problems as well for years. And, unfortunately for Tua, he can't stay healthy. And even when he is healthy, playing in cold weather, in Buffalo, obviously not the Dolphins' forte. And you're having issues with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is older, getting banged up, and now he's having more off the field issues that are just kind of like, even uncomfortable to even talk about. And then you have the New York Jets, and it's just like, like they've obviously have been an absolute hot mess of a team. And you're in a division now where the next closest team to you isn't even predicted to win 9 games. I mean, that's extraordinary, right? Like, all you do is have to find a way to win 10 games and you win the division. Boom. Cake. It's so funny. A lot of Kansas City Chiefs fans will be like, oh, we win the division every single year. And it's just like, wow, congrats, right? Congrats. You're going up against teams like, that are led by Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, Drew Lock. You're going up against like a bunch of nobodies. Like, congrats. Like, wow, you won the division. That's very good. Very good. And it's just like, in a lot of ways, you can say that about the Bills, in terms of like, congrats. You beat the Jets. Like, that is impressive. I'm happy for you. And again, I'm a major supporter of the Bills, so this is not meant to come off as me pulling down the Bills. This is more of kind of just like when I see things like this, it's just such like a slap in the face of like, when are you going to fulfill your destiny of finally winning it all, right? Like you get such a great path forward to win the division, to get the playoff game, home playoff, have more home field advantage than not within the playoffs. Like, it's just there for you. You have some easy wins against the Patriots and the Jets and the Dolphins that you can really trust, and like you're guaranteed at a minimum at least 5-6 wins. I mean, like, it just come on, they got to be there. And the only time they're not is when you're just kind of like phoning it in at that point, because you already got everything else taken care of. But going up against the Dolphins and the Patriots and the Jets, and if you really need that win and it's really make or break, like, come on, man, you got to have at least like an 80-90% chance of winning that game, and the rest is just the random football gods. So it's just, to not see the Bills take advantage of that enough is frustrating. And I do think the Patriots over time are going to get better, because I do believe in what Mike Vrabel will be able to do there. And Drake May, I think, is a pretty fascinating prospect of a quarterback. The Jets, I'm going back and forth with Justin Fields. I'm just not too high on that either. And unfortunately with Tua, as much as I truly do want to see Tua as a person and as a human succeed, because I do think he's the type of quarterback and the type of person that I'd love to see succeed in the NFL. It's a tough circumstance. It's a tough situation. And quite frankly, I still have the feeling of what happened last season when he got concussed against the Buffalo Bills. So it's just like, it's hard to ever really have any conviction about Tua and the Dolphins, honestly. And it's not like I think that they're like this trash team, because they also have the potential to put up some points and be great, but there's just no confidence in the Dolphins in terms of, what they'll be able to do year after year after year. And we know Tua gets one more concussion, Tua gets banged up one more time and is out for a few more games. Like, how do the Dolphins not start looking for another quarterback? I mean, like, they have to. It doesn't matter how much they paid him. Like, at that point, it doesn't even matter. It's like, you're going to draft another quarterback. You're going to look for someone else. Like, especially if it's a concussion, like it's all but a guarantee. There's just no. If he gets another concussion, there'll be massive pressure outside and inside to be like, Tua, you got to retire. So, it just continues. It's just outside of the Patriots, Drake May and Vrabel, like, really taking gigantic steps forward. You still have the Dolphins and the Jets seemingly years away from truly being competitive, to truly being contenders. I just can't see how the Jets are magically going to be contenders now. Could they be a little bit better? For sure. Can they be more competent? Sure. But being contenders to beat the Bills for the division, I'm not seeing it. So the closest team would be the Patriots with Vrabel and Drake May, and they should be at least a year or two away, especially with, even if Josh Allen and the Bills didn't exist, just because of how quickly you're expecting Drake May and Vrabel to kind of, right this ship. They should be about, a year or two away. But that's not even including the fact that, like, you got Josh Allen as your quarterback. Like, you have to beat, if you want to win the division, you got to beat Josh Allen. Okay, you got to beat Josh Allen. So there's just such a perfect environment for the Buffalo Bills to feast, to win, to have more favorable circumstances in the playoffs. And that's why it's like, trying to figure out the win total, the over under for the Buffalo Bills. It's like, it doesn't matter. Honestly, like, it doesn't matter, because it's like, they're going to win the division. They're going to be a top seed in the NFL. Are they going to be the 1 seed, the 2 seed, the 3 seed? Right. That's what it all comes down to. But like, they're going to be a top team. So trying to be like, 11 wins is too low. They're definitely going to win at least 12, 13. It's like, doesn't matter. Because again, it's also going to be like, what are the other teams doing? Are the Chiefs only have 10 wins? Like, are you fighting to try to get the 1 seed or something? And if not, then it's just like, yeah, they're going to phone in some of these games at the end of the season, right? They're going to be locked in place. So their win total to me is so much more dependent on, are the Ravens winning a lot? Are the Bengals now winning a lot? Like, are you trying to fight for this seeding more than anything? But yeah, when you just look at something like this, you look at 11.5, 8.5, 7.5, 5.5, you're just like, bro, what are we talking about here, man? Like, of course the Bills feast on this, and you got to start taking advantage of these feasts. You gotta. So, like everything, we have to just wait and see. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Buffalo Bills being projected to win the division? I know it's a pretty hot take there. Winning 11.5 games. Do you think that's a fair assessment? What do you think about this division in terms of the Dolphins, Patriots, and the Jets? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.